As usual. Alright, perfect. So, time to go live then. Going live. You're live! Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Kingdom Hearts 3, finally on PC, on the GTX 1050 Ti, 750 Ti, 570, 1650 Super, and maybe the GT 1030. We'll see how it goes. How are you guys doing? Good seeing you here. It's a well-optimized console port and not even April Fools. Well, yeah, apparently it runs great, which was to be expected considering it's a real Engine 4, but hey, good to see that we finally get some good numbers in newer games. Is Remind worth it? I haven't played this game at all, so I do not know what you're talking about. I guess you're talking about DLC. I know nothing about the DLC either, so yeah. Anyways. So let's start with the options menu. We got the usual Unreal Engine 4 stuff. So we got the resolution on 1080p. No VSync, which in this game is called refresh rate for some reason. Yeah, HDR, color blindness, and that's about it. Then the graphics, we got the usuals again. We're just going to keep the LODs enabled, so we can put it on max, I guess, why not? And yeah. Anyways, hang on, I forgot to turn on the logo. There we go. This is a 1050 Ti, and this is 1080p max at the moment. And we are going to disable motion blur, just personal preference, you know how it goes. So ambient occlusion, capsule shadows, screen space reflections, volumetric clouds, volumetric fog, all the usual stuff, and depth of field. So let's start with the highest and then we work our way down. So this is the very first level. I skipped the first cutscene. So you guys go straight away into the Hercules world. And as you can see, we're already over 40 just fine. So let's keep going. Let's get to some combat. But so far, it seems to be good on the numbers. I mean, this game came out 2 years ago, on 2019 on PS4. So kinda to be expected, I guess. But still, this is a 1050 Ti, that's what I'm using. Hang on, I cannot climb this way, right? Oh, never mind. There's another wall right here. Will the 1050 Ti play RPCS 3 4K 60? Depends on the game, really. If it's playable, if the game is marked as playable, it should be okay. Also guys, as usual, I'll skip all the cutscenes, no spoilers. We're just going to play the game and see how it performs. So far so good. So Crash 4 with Solent DRM was cracked in less than 3 days. Yeah, that was hilarious. Hopefully they removed that requirement soon enough. Alright, some action is going to happen, I guess. So finally Hercules is with us. There will be some fire involved. Okay, I can save here, that's perfect. So I can restart from this section. So yeah, let's save multiple times. So if I need to restart the game for some reason, I start right there. Hey, Lalitendo Das, how are you doing, man? Good seeing you here. So as I was saying, there's some fire going on, and there will be more fire close to the camera, so it should be a good stress test. Let's see how that goes. If I can skip all the cutscenes. So many cutscenes. Alright. Some combat. I already played this game before, but only the tutorial, the first tutorial. And by that I mean I did the first boss fight to skip the first cutscene. That was like 5 minutes long. And we're now actually on gameplay. And as of right now, it appears to be fine. Although a lot of people told me, big fans of this game, told me that the Pirates of the Caribbean part is the one that runs the worst. So that's something to definitely keep in mind. This is not the most demanding area. But again, gotta start somewhere, I guess. CPU is more important for RPCS 3, yeah, that's true. But if your CPU can handle it, you can usually crank up that resolution without much of a problem. So yeah, as I said, it depends on a game-to-game basis. If it's Steam consoles, you can do 4K on a 1050 Ti just fine, as long as you have at least a quad-core CPU. Pretty easy to run, really. At least that game. So yeah. But at the moment, the bigger drop I saw was into the 40s. In the part with a little bit more foliage, but nothing really difficult. At the moment it's running better than I was anticipating. Let's see if that stays that way. ¿Crees que con los gráficos integrados EVGA 8 puedan correr este juego en 720p? Sí, no deberías tener problema. Guys, if you have a EVGA 8 GPU, the iGPU you should be able to play the game. That's what I'm guessing. So yeah. Should be okay for 720p. It doesn't seem to be super demanding. We'll see once we get more fire into the screen. So yeah. Let's give that a shot. Is the RX 570 next? Yeah. The 570, then the 750 Ti, then the 1650 Super. So yeah. But at the moment, no problems with performance whatsoever. Are other series of Kingdom Hearts in PC will you test too? Probably not, because those are way older games. And if this one runs fine, the other ones should be basically the same. The same, I mean, if it runs fine on this one, the other ones should run fine, since those are older titles. I might be wrong, who knows? But that's what most people told me, so we'll see. I mean, there are just too many games, and they're way too expensive for me, so I just went with Kingdom Hearts 3. I thought it was the most notable one, at least right now, since it never came to PC and we couldn't use an emulator. So yeah. Ni idea, Madraco, la verdad que ni idea. Yo recién lo estoy testeando ahora porque terminé con Cyberpunk. Some people are asking me why this game isn't tested a lot on YouTube, and I do not know really, because I was testing Cyberpunk on the 1.2 patch. So yeah, I do not know. That's why I got to test it late. I was doing Cyberpunk. Alright, some fire on the screen. Okay, it drops into the 40s. Oh, I need to use the shield. My bad.
Okay, hop on, fellas.
Let me see if there's any save point close by. Maybe. I can save before going with the shield. That will be pretty useful. It's a shame that these games are on Epic Games Store. Hopefully they come to Steam next year. Yeah, probably. There's a lot of money on the table. And the Epic Games Store also did on the first day that this game released, they did a sale. I think it was 10% off or something like that. So instead of $60, it was 40 something. And it's pretty hilarious because the people that pre-ordered the game spend more money. Which, I don't know, the Epic Games Store sometimes does weird stuff. But that tells me that the game probably didn't sell that well on that store if they discounted the game on day one. So yeah, anyways, let's go with the shield. Yeah, that drops us into the 50s. Alright, now it appears to be fine. Only one drop, as far as I could see. So yeah, in 100% high settings will be full 60, we'll see. Let me do something more demanding, maybe. But it looks good though. Yeah, probably lowering those shadows. It's probably going to be 60, it's no problem. I gotta keep playing to find out. Remember, if you see frame rates below 40, then we found a more demanding scenario. Can we get 8K on the 1030? I don't think so. Maybe 1440p, but 8K is kinda difficult. Nah, I'm kidding. You only have DVI and HDMI on the 1030, so no way you're doing 8K on that one. You're lucky to be able to do 4K. Hey, Jim76UH. How's it going, man? Good seeing you back in the channel.
Ready? Here goes.
Let's see. Yeah, so far, no problems with the fire on screen. Okay, nothing here. So we're back into the shield. Okay, no shield. Alright. I'm just going to run then. I'm running for it. Come on, you got this. You got this. Alright, almost there. Okay. I managed to get past it. I'm a genius. Okay, grass. Okay, grass showing up is probably going to drop now. ¿Lo recordabas más lindo gráficamente? Bueno, viste que cuando lo ves por primera vez no es lo mismo. I hope Square Enix doesn't start putting all their games on Epic Store. I mean, as long as they release them on Steam as well, it's all fine. And you're probably going to get it discounted on, if it arrives on Steam. It's probably going to be cheaper. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, still 60s despite the grass. So not as exciting. I mean, not as exciting in a way that I was expecting way worse numbers, considering it's a new game. So yeah, less work for me, I guess. Less tweaking to be made. ¿Ya lo testeaste la 1650 Super? No, eso va al final, pero no te preocupes, va a llegar pronto. Es la primera gráfica recién. So guys, so far so good. Performance appears to be great. Let me skip the cutscenes again. Alright. Yeah, more cutscenes. Run. Sim is probably better optimized as well. I don't think so. I mean, it really depends on what build the developers put. In this case, it should be the same. It's Unreal Engine 4. Steam has a lot of Unreal Engine 4 games that run the same on the Epic Store. So yeah, who knows? Only time will tell. At the moment, only on the Epic Game Store. Unfortunate about the exclusivity, but it usually ends within a year. So if you waited 2 years for this to come to PC, you can probably wait 1 extra year, I think. Plus, the games are so expensive right now that you might as well wait for a sale. Sí, se supone que sí, Siegfried 88, se supone que sí, se supone que es el más demandante. Alright, let's go.
I know what to do, Sora.
Sí, le saqué la música por el copyright. Yeah guys, I removed the music due to copyright reasons. You know how it goes. YouTube is not great on that front. So, before continuing, let's... Oh, hang on, I cannot pause the game here for some reason. Probably because I'm on combat. So once I can pause the game, we're going to lower those settings. Maybe to high. High should be fine. And if that doesn't work, we're doing medium. Oh, Epic helped port this game to PC. I didn't know that. If that's the case, that's super interesting. Because they know what they're doing with the engine. Okay, I'm kinda blinded. Hang on. There you go. Yeah, I should be throwing water at them, not fire. That's how you do it. Anybody else? Okay, I can pause the game finally. Let's drop those settings to high. That should give us a good improvement. So I'm going to be using presets on this one, so it's quick to switch between them. So we're on high right now. So motion blur will be enabled by default. Unfortunate, but hey. So 1080p high at the moment. And if that doesn't keep us over 60 all the time, well, we'll just do medium. You know how it goes. Is this Dark Souls? No. I cannot pause the game because I was in combat, I think. Kinda weird. Yeah, it just pauses the game but doesn't allow me to change the items. That's probably why. So you don't enter to your inventory in real time. Yeah, I mean on the 1050 Ti at the moment it's doing just fine. I'm doing high right now because max dropped into the 40s sometimes. But I mean, so far super smooth. No problems whatsoever. What now? Any more enemies? Ah, probably this way.
Ready? Here goes.
Okay, so close to the fire. Yeah, we drop into the 50s, but nowhere close to the 40s, at least right now.
Ready?
So far so good. Again, I remember seeing a Digital Foundry video of this running on PS4, I think it was. And it was dropping frames in those fire sequences. So pretty interesting that here it runs so well. How do you quit the game? Alt F4? No, you pause the game and press quit the game. The thing is, when you're in combat, it doesn't let you pause the game to go into the inventory, which is where everything is located. So once you defeat the enemies, you should be able to go back to the options menu. I think. Yeah. Let's get the last enemy, and I'll see that for myself.
My shield's ready.
Okay, I think it's done. Yeah, when I pause outside of combat, I can actually go into the options menu. So yeah. So looking at this, probably a GT 1030 will do just fine. Even on 900p, I think. Again, guys, if you're new to my channel, I skip all the cutscenes, so there's no spoilers, and I'm just here to show performance. So let's use the magic thing. Form change thing. I don't know what I'm doing. That's fine. Oh, left trigger. Okay, so no red now. Gotcha. So let's just attack them normally. But now that there are more effects on screen, it's dropping into the upper 50s, but very little. Again, as usual, if it's over 50 frames, I don't usually notice much of a difference. Is this game worth it? It looks fun. I do not know really. I played it for what, 15 minutes? And I never played a Kingdom Hearts game before, so this is my first time. And so far so good. It reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy. I'm not sure if that's something inaccurate, but it's from the same publisher, so it kind of makes sense. But I do love the Disney thing, that there are Disney characters going around. That's my childhood right there. So yeah, speedrun time.
Nice one, Sora.
Let's go. Kill them all.
Go get it. Oh.
That's how you do it, Goofy. Alright, any more effects on screen? Yeah, even with effects going on, it appears to be fine. Although, again, this is the very beginning of the game, so anything can happen, I'm guessing. But so far so good. Hell yeah. Let's get them all. The only reason Kingdom Hearts 3 is worth it is because it's running on Unreal Engine 4. Well, maybe. I do not know really. But yeah, Unreal Engine 4, I mean, makes sense that it's running so well. It had many releases on PC with this engine, so kind of makes sense. I'm glad that it's finally been stable nowadays, that it's more of a common engine on the PC space. Sí, una semana muy cargada, la verdad que sí, pero se aprecia. So guys, tomorrow we're getting Outriders, and I'm probably going to make videos on this one as well. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Let's throw water at them. There we go. Oh yeah, I wouldn't even bother lowering the settings. If the game stays at 50 to 60, I think high will be fine. Square Enix removed them all from the game in 3. What do you mean? Oh, Final Fantasy characters were in Kingdom Hearts? I didn't know that. That's interesting. Too bad they removed them. It would have been a great crossover. Probably something to do with Disney. That's usually what happens. What I saw was that the cutscenes did drop into the 40s, but I mean, cutscenes are cutscenes, you're not playing the game there, you're just watching. There you go. Yeah, gladly we'll break down the wall, and we skip the cutscenes, as usual. Okay, a boss fight. While engaging enemies, you may see a green circle appear around one of them. Attacking the marked enemies will cause an attraction command to appear. Okay. So let me lock on. There we go. Okay, it dropped into the 40s there, so good thing I waited. Oh, I cannot pause the game here, so I won't be able to lower those settings at the moment. So let's see how it says, if it drops below 50 a lot. It dropped into the 40s once. Hopefully it's only once. Not looking like it, but hey. Okay, that's how you lock on. Heroic swing. Okay, over 50 still. Okay, drop below 50 there. Nothing major, we're still fine. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should drop effects a little bit when I have the chance. But as of right now, it seems to be dropping when those rock effects show up. No big deal. Please let me get to the options menu outside of the inside combat. That will be useful. But still, pretty good numbers considering it's a 1050 Ti. I mean, how can you get this game any more confusing already? I do not know. It was already confusing, I think. Yeah, people were complaining, I remember, that it was confusing, the story. But I mean, there's so many games and so many characters. And this is my first one, so... Yeah, as you can see, the cutscenes
Nice job.
are still fine, apparently. But let me save the progress. Can I? Okay, apparently I cannot save the progress right now. Oh, there we go, never mind. So let's save right here. And we're going to keep it on high, but lower the effects a little bit. That should help. So yeah. You have to start from chronological order to make this story make any sense. Well, makes sense. That kinda makes sense. Alright, so options menu again. We're going to custom, textures on max, and we're going to lower the effects if there's any option about it. Okay, no effects option. Very unfortunate. So let's try medium settings. That should give us a good improvement. Yeah, the reflections, capsule shadows, ambient occlusion. Let's put everything on medium. We remove the motion blur. We're just going to keep the LODs on high so we can see stuff into the distance. Shadows also on medium and maximum textures. So this is basically 1080p medium plus high LOD, which is level of detail, the draw distance. So we're keeping it like that. Let's see if that gives us more consistent frames. Okay, we're still dropping a little below 60 when we're close to fire. The thing is, I cannot redo the boss fight. I'm kinda stuck in this place. So yeah, let's see what I have to do. Make your way to the summit of Mount Olympus. Gotcha. Reminds me of Kratos. That game going so far on PC, it's going fine so far. Let's see if we get any improvements by going to a mix between medium and high. Okay, more grass. So that's usually more demanding. Good to see. The lighting looks cool. Okay, volumetrics there are probably dropping our frames.
The river's never this full.
Well, let's fight a little bit and find out. It's so weird to attack with the X button on the PS4 controller. But yeah, so far effects appear to be what kills it.
Oh yeah, that's it.
I mean, look at that. But once it disappears, it goes back up. So I think medium settings, at least as of right now, is the way to go on this card. Alright, gotcha. With 60 FPS, object glitch in Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, that's a bummer. And Goofy is stuck down there. You can do it, mate. You can do it. Alright, let's keep going. I think I saved before getting into this area. FXAA is definitely worth it. Yeah, I mean, between having aliasing and no aliasing and some blurriness, I'd rather have FXAA. Yeah, better than nothing. ¿Cómo haces para que te vaya más fluido? ¿Te vaya más fluido a -2? No entiendo. No entendí. Alright, I screwed up. I went back from the area I was. So I'm just going to get past them. And we skip the cutscenes, as usual. But at the moment, so far so good. On medium settings, if you want 60s, if you want over 30, just max it out. Don't even think about it. Don't put a lot of thought. The effects kill the performance on PS4 as well. Okay, good to see it's a thing with the game itself. Not a PC specific issue. You change the button to PS button menu. Oh really? You can? I didn't know that. I might try it later. It's not a huge issue, so maybe later. Okay, just mash the A button. There we go. 1440p. Sí, tienes razón, vamos a probar 1440p. We're going to try 1440p now, guys. Or 900p, maybe 900p first, just to have an idea on how's it going.
My shield's ready.
Hang on, you jump with circle. Remember, guys, I cannot pause the game when I'm fighting, which again kinda sucks, but hey. Yeah, I also thought it was going to be a little bit heavy, since there's a lot of Unreal Engine 4 games that don't run that well. Anyways, so we're going to now go to high settings on 900p, just to see if we need to even do 720p, probably not. But hey, let's try it out. So 900p now on high settings. And if that's fine, we're doing ultra. Now let's do ultra right away. I mean, why not? I'm excited. So 900p max. And if that's not enough, again, high settings. So let's get back into the game. Okay, 58, similar to medium settings on 1080p. So good. Yeah, max settings, maybe not a good idea. Let's go to high instead. That's probably going to give us 60 all the time. Yeah, I mean a 10 FPS boost, just do not use ultra, go for high, do yourself a favor. A 10 FPS boost over the highest settings, so you know what to do. Which CPU you're using, everything is in the description. You're getting ready to sleep? Well, good luck. If you're excited for this game, good luck.
Nice.
It's already on PC and super smooth. So even if you do 720p, it should be over 60 in this case. So yeah, pretty exciting. 1060 will be the best? Yeah, of course. I mean, the 1060 should be able to do max settings just fine on 1080p. And if you want to do higher than 1080p, it will be alright as well. But if you want to keep the preset on high instead of medium, just do 900p instead of 1080p on this card. And you should be good to go. Some drops on boss fights when a lot of effects happen. But once those are gone, you're good to go. So no worries. ¿Ya usaste la 570? No, viene después de esta gráfica. No falta mucho. So guys, remember, after this one we're doing the RX 570, then the 750 Ti, and then the 6050 Super. And if there's a lot of demand, we're also doing the GT 1030. As you can see here with effects on screen, again, it dropped below 60. but it was just for a second. Once those effects disappear, we're back over 60 all the time. So I think it's okay. Not flawless, but it's fine. I'll play the game like this, without a doubt. I used to play games at 20 frames per second on my iGPU, so this is completely fine for me. It's light in your country, that's why. Okay, that's fine, man. You can always watch the live stream later if you want to see the performance. This will be saved as a video, so you can skip right into the content that you want. But thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. Have a nice sleep. Here it's 6:30 PM, so still a few hours to get to the sleeping part, if you know what I mean.
Too slow. Here we go.
Okay, where are they?
See ya. For ya. Come on.
Let's do pirate ship. This destroys the performance. I mean, look at this. But I'm not doing anything with the controls. I'm just mashing A.
Oh yeah, that's it.
So I think that's fine. As long as you're not super in control, the second it drops, it should be fine. Although that animation for Hercules was like 30 frames per second, that was weird. Thanks for adding the GT1030. Okay, you want to see GT1030? That's fine. But the way that Hercules moved with the boulder there was kind of weird. Kind of like stuttery. Maybe it was locked to 30, I do not know. Is it this way? Yeah. Let's run up the wall. Let's look into the distance. It's okay so far. We're keeping going. That doesn't exist. I'm just saying random gibberish. I love that you can endlessly fight in the air.
Here goes.
Oh, never mind. You cannot fly. That's pretty funny.
You won't stop a true hero. Take this.
Okay, I effed up. Let's go back up. Go, go, go. I think I'm just going to run through them. Probably. Okay, good night, Mark. Have nice sleep. Get some good rest, dude. You noticed that when the game came out? Oh, okay, it happens on PS4 as well. Good to know, thanks for the heads up. Too bad it happens on the consoles as well. That kinda sucks. That animation looks super laggy. Kinda weird. Kinda weird that they didn't fix it on the PC version, since we usually have more horsepower to drive those animations. You have the RX 570. Oh, okay. I'm doing that one after this one, so you'll be happy to see it, I guess. Vas a iniciar partida para la siguiente gráfica. Te vas a quedar sin juego este paso. Sí, probablemente. Pero ya guardé, así que no te preocupes. Ya tengo una partida guardada. Okay. Let's run around. Jesus. That's a lot of destruction. Now that we're here, as you can see, guys. Oh, I cannot pause the game here. That's wonderful. Said no one ever. Let me see if I can... No. Okay, that sucks. That I cannot just pause the game. So I'm just going to go back up. And once I can pause the game, I'll do 1440p. Should be doable at 30 frames per second. Yeah, still nothing. Run, run, run. Yeah, still cannot pause the game. That's not annoying at all. I'm not complaining. Maybe here? No. PS4 Pro was good. I do not know because I never played it on the consoles. I just knew that on the normal PS4, the base model was having some drops, but that's about it. Good to know that it runs fine on PS4 Pro, at least. But on the original Xbox One and PS4 it was like, okay, gotcha. thanks for the heads up. I think I'm just going to quit the game, yeah. And try 1440p. That would be best. So I'm about to do 1440. Hang on. So 1440p high should be 30 frames per second. About to find out. And I'm not doing 4K on this one because it will already be kind of squashed the GPU when I'm doing 1440. So yeah. Santiago, me empezó a seguir un mensaje de error de controlador, se reinicia y me da adrenaline y probé a borrar los drivers y volverlos a instalar con DDU. Tengo un video sobre eso. You have the RX 570, will run on max settings. Yeah, I mean, to be expected, if it runs fine on the 1050 Ti, it'll run fine on anything, in my opinion. Oh, hang on. No! Don't get into the game! Oh no. I had to quit the game again, right? When the command bars are red on the bottom left, you're in combat. Okay, roger that. Thanks for the heads up. Will be interesting to see if I can pause the game now that I forgot to change the settings. Stupid me. Okay, good. Good. Time to do 1440p. Should be okay. It did pretty well on 1080p, so shouldn't be much of a problem for this card. So again guys, in 1440p we're doing high settings, because from high to max we lose like 10 frames per second. And in this case we need to be over 30 as much as possible. Okay, over 30. Looks a lot better at 1440p, which makes sense, higher resolution. Okay, good. Now we got some boulders falling. We gotta call Chris Redfield for this one. Chris, we need your help. So yeah, if you have a 1050 Ti, you can even do, at least right now, you can also do 1440p. We'll see once more effects happen. And as of right now, appears to be fine. It's getting dark. Oh, you have the 1050 Ti too. Great. Then this video should be useful. Alright. Let's climb this way. I'm going to use magic right away. Okay. No problems whatsoever so far. Hopefully that stays that way. But I mean, 1080p is already fine on this card, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. If you have a 1080p GPU, a 1080p display, just put it on medium, keep the LODs on high, and that's about it. You don't need to do a lot more tweaking. So yeah, good news all around. The game runs surprisingly well. At the top of the mountain comes with heavy performance battle. Okay, gotcha. Thanks for the heads up. I appreciate it a lot. Good thing you guys always tell me what's going to happen. Okay, let's just shoot them. Shoot them all. Okay, there it drops below 30. But there's no effects option, so there's not much that I can do about it. Other than waiting for the effect to disappear. LOL, Santiago, remember Zero from Resident Evil 5? I know you made me remember Chris punching boulders with his big biceps, and that worked. Ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, that's the best part of Resident Evil 5. The boulder punching is legendary. Can you show after the boss fight medium on 1050 Ti? Yeah, of course. No problem. We're going to give it a shot. But first I gotta get to the actual battle first of all. So let's run all the way to the top of the mountain. The mountain. I hate that word. I bet low or medium you could probably get 50s. At 1440p it's probably going to be pretty difficult. And the game is probably going to look a lot worse. But hey, let's run up the mountain. The worst word. And see what happens. Here we are. Okay, we're into the 30s now. Some drops below 30, but still playable. We'll see. You play all the Cyberpunk 2077, minimum 23 FPS, max 42, was completely playable for me. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's all up to what you can tolerate. As I always say, when I had an iGPU back in 2012, I used to play Resident Evil 4 at 20 frames per second, and it was fine for me because I didn't have anything else. So yeah, going to destroy this boss. Alright, what now? Is it dead? Okay, here it drops, yeah, into the mid-20s. But what now? What does it say? Target has other leg. Oh, the other leg. I forget that it has 2 legs. Never mind. So probably have to lower the settings a bit. Maybe medium will do the job on this one. But I mean, look at those FPS. It drops into the mid-20s. Maybe like this. I mean, if it's only this section, it's okay. If it happens more often, well, we gotta do more tweaks. Okay, gotta go this way. I love that I'm not doing anything, just pressing forward. Okay, it has 2 heads, because 1 is not enough. Normally, at least in my family. So yes, you could see it dropped when those effects showed up. As you can see right here, the same happens. So yeah, I have to probably lower it to medium. But so far it was the only moment where I saw a big drop. Other than that, it was fine so far. The disadvantage is that I cannot just pause the game here and change the settings. That's pretty unfortunate. I will get there eventually. I have a save file before this section. Should I go for a Ryzen 5 3600 with a 2060 Super? Yeah, sure. I mean, it will be faster than the 3100, so if you can afford it, go for it. Should be okay.
You're gonna like this.
Let's just crash into him. Okay, no, do not fall. Really, the legs again? Alright. Whatever, let's keep hitting his legs. Play Witcher 3 on 20 FPS, 720p low, and it was still an amazing game. Well, kinda makes sense. If you enjoy the game, usually the performance, as long as it's over 20 FPS, it really depends. But if you played something at 60 and then you have to play at 20, you'll definitely notice a difference. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm not good at kicking both legs. Yeah, go get him, please. Are we done? Okay, still the head. Let's go back to the head. And just mash the X button. Okay, there we go. Second form. Hell yeah. Okay, finally more damage is being made. No, do not fall, please. I don't want to do that again. Okay, maybe this chimney flare. What about now? Are you dead now? Please? Please be dead? Okay. It died. Rest in pepperonis. F's in the chat for the rock demon titan thing.
That's 1 down.
That's 1 down.
They're not so tough by themselves.
No, they're not. They're not tough at all.
Okay, what's next?
Yeah, what's next? Well, the next thing should be pausing the game. Why can't I move? What the heck? My controller shut down. Hang on. Come on. There we go. So as I was saying, at 1440p you probably want medium settings if you mind about those drops when effects show up. So we're going to put it on, hang on medium, on everything except in LODs. So we disable motion blur. That also affects a little bit of the performance. It really depends. But since there's so much movement on the screen, I wouldn't be surprised if motion blur has a noticeable hit in this game in particular. So this is basically medium settings, 1440p. Okay, we got a few extra frames, good to see. So this is 1440p medium plus high LODs. So yeah, so far so good. If you want 30 frames, put this configuration, 1440p medium, high level of detail, and that should be it. Yeah, it doesn't boost that high, but it's a single fan version, so kinda makes sense. It has a lot of stress onto it. So yeah, it happens. But if you have one that can go to 1900, you're going to get a good boost. So keep that in mind. Let's get out of this way. Yeah, it's running fine so far. I mean, I'm running at 1440p on a 1050 Ti. Oh yeah, let's save the progress. Yes, please. I'll put it separately, because I do not know what's behind this gate. But it looks pretty cool. Okay, something happened. Okay. What about now? I think I lost my internet connection. Yep. Alright. Let's see if the live stream is fine. Yeah, apparently it is. So let's now shut it down. Since we have the 1050 Ti, gotta swap to the 570. Whoa, the light. Hang on. Gotta focus the camera. There we go. That should be. So time to do the 570 now. Here it is, dual fan version. Oh. And now it's time for the 570. Good thing I saved in multiple places, so I can repeat the boss fight. So boss fights, repeated. But as you can see, you can do 1080p, 1440p. But my advice would be 1080p medium, with some stuff on... with LODs on high, basically. So yeah. Anyways. So as I was saying, same thing with Crash Bandicoot, something is going on with those games. Single player games are getting disconnected sometimes. Don't know what's up with that. Anyways. Should be back now. Okay. So time to do the 570. So, okay, it's connected. Good. Okay, as you can see guys, right here, the 570 with the 21.3.2 drivers. So let's get to it. All right, controller connected. And let's give it a shot. Probably going to be 1080p Ultra. And if that's not the case, then 1080p High. But yeah, 1080p Max should do it. Where are you using low-end GPUs? What is your main GPU that you use on your daily rig? Well, my main GPU is a 2060, which is what I'm using to do the live stream. But I cannot use it while I'm streaming, since I'm using a separate computer. And I do these GPUs because most people cannot afford something stronger in general. Hang on, options menu. So on graphics, we go to max, then on display, 1080p, and that's basically it. Hopefully it stays that way. So let's load the one. Okay, for some reason it wants me to go to that one. Yeah, this one should do. Yeah, so I can do more fights and repeat the boss fight. That would be fun. Will Outriders Full differ from the demo for the performance? Probably not, but I'm going to make videos on it, hopefully. We'll see tomorrow that it releases. But it should be basically the same, but there are more levels. Alright, so far so good in this part.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's go back into the grass part that was this way. And we're going to go to the boss fight. The boss fight should be super demanding, so yeah.
We need to
Okay.
get to the top of the mountain and stop Hades.
Okay, we drop into the 50s. Probably by dropping it to high will be okay. But let's play like this a little bit.
odd.
And then before the boss fight, we're swapping to high settings. But at the moment, it appears to be fine.
Yeah.
Again, effects are the issue. Look at this. When effects happen, it drops. But on this one, it doesn't drop that much, which is interesting. I was expecting more drops, considering it's an AMD card on a Unreal Engine 4 game. So yeah, it's test over 50. That's good to see. You came late again. Welcome back, man. How's it going? You're always here. We skip the cutscenes, as usual.
Now we know why the river's flooded.
You shouldn't need an internet connection. I don't know. I was kinda lost on that one. But I always had that problem with Square Enix games. It happened to me with Hitman. When Hitman was released on 2015, I think it was. Episode 1. I was able to play episode 1, but I got disconnected multiple times. Also on Just Cause 4. Not sure if that was published by Square Enix. I don't think so. No, it was another company. But yeah, always when a game releases, at the beginning I'm getting like server errors that just get smoothed out as time goes on. I guess it's because less people is trying to connect. But still. Va mejor en AMD o por igual. Hasta ahora no veo ninguna enorme diferencia. La 570 es más rápida, así que tiene sentido. Some people were asking if this game is running better on Nvidia or AMD, considering it's Unreal Engine 4. Well, so far, it doesn't seem to prefer either one or the other. The Nvidia cards seem to be, I mean, the only card I tested, the 1050 Ti, seemed to be suffering more when effects showed up. This one not so much, but again, it's a more powerful GPU. So kinda makes sense. Still, I will just go for high settings, because the performance improvement is pretty noticeable. I mean, 60 something FPS, and then you go to high and you probably get 70s, so it shouldn't drop below 60 at all. Well, glad to have you here, man. Hello everyone, I'm Santiago, and today I'm gonna be testing Kingdom Hearts 3. At the moment on the 570, then we'll see what happens. So as you can see, guys, right here we have mid-50s, not a big issue in my opinion. I'll play like this and be done with it. But since some people are sensitive to FPS variations, let's put it on high for now. That should give us a good improvement. So high, we jump from the mid-50s all the way to the mid-60s. So this is high settings now on 1080p. So let's get to the boss fight. Should be a good hit to performance, since a lot of effects will happen. So yeah, let's keep it going. We're just going to speed run through it. We are going to skip the enemies. Let's continue. We're almost there. Almost back into the boss fight. Repeated, boss fight. I need to do... okay. No, Tomas Fernandez, you cannot do that. I mean, I cannot show you that because it would be blocked for me as well, and I need to do it more often. The FPS drop looked better than PS4 ports. Well, the PS4 is weaker than this GPU, so it kind of makes sense. We'll see. Although we're still dropping below 50 now. Not sure why. But again, effects are the culprit. Good thing I waited till this part. Maybe it does have problems on AMD. I don't remember fighting this boss fight though. What the heck? Anyways, so as you can see, when this enemy shows up, we drop into the 40s. Probably cannot skip this, but I'm going to try. But yeah, with all that sand around it, it appears to drop due to that. Looking at that monster. Where do you come from? Your Spanish accent sounds like Argentina's accent. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm from Uruguay, so yeah, it's almost the same accent. You're right in the money. But you missed by a couple 100 kilometers. Hey, ZOTAC 33 again. How's it going, my dude? Okay, that's not going to work. Let's use this effect. Let's just kill it. Just throw boulders at it. Throw boulders at your problems, and you should be okay. Oh yeah, so far the sand effects are dropping performance into the 40s. Hopefully that doesn't happen that often. But, you know, anything can happen. Okay, we're almost there. Come on. Please die. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, let's keep it on high for now. Let's get to the Titan boss fight. That's the real test. But this one already dropped performance. So that's kind of concerning, at least for me. Come on, run! Run faster! I'm not patient. I was this way, I think. There we go. You still have your 1052 GB as a backup. Well, it should be a good enough card if you want to play this game. I mean, it should still be completely playable, even on 1080p. So no worries. You're good to go, I think. Alright. We skip. Skippity skip. No, no soy de Chile, soy de Uruguay. Pero anduviste unos kilómetros lejos. Me agarraste por un par de miles de kilómetros. Okay, here it is. The repeated boss fight. Let's get up. So I'm just going to dodge everything and run directly into the boss fight. You played all the games? No, only this one. This is the first time I played a Kingdom Hearts title, like ever. And so far my biggest attraction to the game is the Disney characters. So far they're right on the money. Hola, Pacheco MX, ¿todo bien? Alright, here we go. We skip all the combat, we go directly into the boss fight. Let's get out of here. Come on. Sí, te debería ir bien la 970. Guys, if you have a GTX 970, it will be fine. Don't worry. More than enough to play this game. Alright, let's see. Here it comes. The performance drop due to effects. Holy hell, that's a big boulder. Alright, time to destroy his feet. Let's see if it drops. Okay, not dropping as bad as I was expecting. Although we still have to aim for the head. So allow me a second to decrease the health bar. Come on. Please die. What are your specs in your personal rig? Ryzen 3 3100, sorry, Ryzen 5 3600 and 2060 basically. So yeah, not the best PC in the world, but it can hold its own. That's for sure. Holy hell, I'm terrible. Almost there, come on. Okay, effects will show up now. And it should drop the performance pretty quickly. But it doesn't appear to. We're still in the mid-50s, so... At the moment only the sand effects destroy the performance. So we'll see how long it lasts. Hopefully not for a long time. But I mean, the game is completely playable. No doubt about it. Alright. That's kinda... Come on, stop falling for that. Jesus Christ. Alright, perfect. Let's hit the head now. There's a good attack I can do now that has tons of effects. That it involves a train. It's the best thing I ever seen. But the 570 seems to hold its own better when effects show up. Let me show you. Here's the effect. As you can see, even when effects show up, it appears to be fine. So yeah, I think the 570 passed the test so far. It's pretty unfortunate that I cannot go to the options menu from here. So anyways, 1080p as you can see is fine, just put it on high, you're good to go. And if you want to do ultra for some reason, it looks almost the same. Just crank it up, you'll be over 30, but not quite 60. So yeah, let's get out of the game because I cannot pause the game in a combat scenario for some reason. So we're relaunching the game, and now we're doing 1440p. I'm not expecting 60s really, mostly over 30, but gotta give it a try. So yeah, 570, 1080p, just put it on high, you'll be over 50 most of the time. Sometimes drops into the 40s because effects, sometimes in this card, don't work properly, especially when sand shows up, but that's alright. Sí, le des 50 y todavía los corre. Lo podés encontrar si rebobinas el stream. Alright, so 1440p now. Good resolution. Love that one. 1440p on high settings, as you can see right here, the high preset. So let's go. One more try. I'm not probably going to get to the boss fight. It will be a little too long, and this live stream is already an hour long. So I'm going to just fight a little bit against the sand monster. I will be good to go. Yeah, Donald, you're right. Hi fellas, somebody mentions the Door of Darkness. Not sure what you're talking about. What is that?
We need to get to the top of the mountain and stop Hades.
That's odd.
What's up, my man Santiago? Hey, CK Alpha. How's it going, man? Good seeing you. Yeah, 1440p is okay. Just put it on high. Do not go any lower because 60 is probably not possible. Although I'm going to try low settings once I finish this small battle, just to see if 60 is even possible. Just for scientific purposes. I'm going to try the lowest. So hang on, super quickly. We go to low. Yeah, there we go. Okay, on low it does go to 60, but I'm sure when effects show up, it's going to drop pretty low. So as you can see, low settings. It still looks pretty decent, not gonna lie. But I'd rather play a 1080p 60
Yes,
with better effects, with better shadows and reflections. Yeah, when effects show up, it drops, kinda the usual. Too bad we don't have an effect option. That would be good to have. I'll just keep going. Gotta find the sand monster. You understand, Donald? Yeah, of course. I have subtitles. There's small differences between high and max settings. I saw 10 FPS more on high settings. So that's definitely a good reason to not use highest. At least right now. Although on low settings it still looks pretty good. I'm seeing that the foliage pops up there out of nowhere. Well, that's kind of to be expected when you lower those settings, so yeah, no big deal. Yeah, no problems whatsoever, although you're not quite at 60 at 1440p. Oh, visual fidelity, yeah, I mean between max and high, hard to tell difference. So you might as well take the 10 FPS boost that the high setting gives you. So yeah, we agree on that front, Jim, completely. So yeah, at 1440p again, I'll recommend the high preset if you want the best graphics, and you'll be over 30 frames per second. GPU being used, the AORUS 570. That's a cool effect. Let's just throw fire at the problem. There we go. Boom, dead. Rest in pepperonis. Don't worry, Julico, that's alright. So as you can see on low settings, it doesn't look bad at all.
Looks like we can climb that rock face now that the waterfall's
Yeah, the draw
gone.
distance isn't that great. Let me see if I can go even lower than low. Apparently not. Yeah, this is the lowest of the lowest. Oh, never mind. There's even lower settings than low. Okay. So you can disable shadows completely, which I wouldn't recommend. The game is probably going to look a lot worse, but hey, you do you. I don't judge. If you don't like shadows, that's okay. So we're now actually on the lowest settings. And it doesn't seem to be a huge improvement, maybe 8 FPS more, but you lose the actual shadows. Although for some reason the main characters still have shadows. Maybe something is not working there. Okay, shadows do happen, but capsule shadows are gone. Okay. So there's no ambient occlusion, there's no capsule shadows, which are those circles below their feet. So yeah. Still looks good though. That's what happens when you do something animated. It tends to look good even at the lowest settings. Anyways, again, my advice for 1440p, just go for high settings. Do yourself a favor. It'll be over 30 frames, it looks great. You have ambient occlusion, you got better shadows, better draw distance. And if you don't want 30 frames, just go for 1080p high and you get 60. But yeah, the game looks pretty good even on low settings. I agree completely. Anyways, let's go for 4K now. Why not? Gotta try it. It's always fun to look at it. Alright, what else? I'm going to go directly to medium. I don't have high hopes for 4K. Okay, yeah, 4K already into the 20s, to be expected. Let's try low settings. But it was worth trying, I think. So 4K low, still 26, so not quite 30 frames. So we gotta go below low settings. So no anti-aliasing, thank you, no motion blur. No ambient occlusion, no capsule shadows, no reflections, no nothing. We hate those things. No lens flares, no depth of field, and that's about it. 4K lowest. Okay, 30 frames per second. Probably going to drop, but hey. It was nice checking that out. Let's see if it drops on the boss fight. It's going to explode? Yeah, for sure. Va a explotar, sí, salado. No, están carísimas las placas de video, incluso en Uruguay. For the people asking, yeah, in my country, graphics cards are usually super expensive. Well, now they are even more expensive. So yeah, the shortages are affecting the entire world. So super unfortunate, but hey, it is what it is. But it's pretty interesting on the lowest settings. The game still looks pretty good. Pretty impressive, if you ask me. But again, animated stuff usually looks good even on the lowest. So the art direction is on point on this one. Let's go this way. Probably the sand monster is this way. No? Okay, a lot of effects coming. Holy hell. 20 frames per second. Okay, when a lot of effects show up, it's going to be quite a bit demanding. But the game does look super sharp at 4K, that's for sure. So yeah, do not do 4K, you're going to drop below 30 pretty often. Especially now that more effects are going to happen. But hey, it was worth giving it a try. Whoa, I screwed up. Let's see, the sand monster. This is the most taxing part that I run into with the 570. Yeah, when sand shows up, it drops below 30. So guys, do not do 4K on this card. I mean, that was kinda expected. But you're going to drop below 30 pretty often, so you might as well do 1440p high. Yeah, 1440p high for 30 frames. 1080p high for 60, and that's about it for the 570. So let's close the game down and swap to the next card. So bye bye 570, you did a good job. Good job 570. Time for the 750 Ti, so now the cheap GPU joins the battle. I'm going to aim for 30 on that one, at least right now. So allow me a second. Well, it's hot. Here's the 570 I just removed. We put it to the side. And it's time to do the legendary 750 Ti. Probably going to run the game fine at 30 frames. But hey, gotta give it a try. Alright, it's in. Wonderful. Yeah, so far so good. The performance, I mean. Those effects that drop performance every now and then are pretty annoying. But other than that, it's running okay, which is surprising. I was expecting a lot worse. How to change the color of the overlay? I have a tutorial about that. Just look up MSI Afterburner on YouTube and you're going to find it. ARC 570 is still king? Well, yeah. That was never a question. That's for sure. Alright, it's loading. Hang on, guys. It's loading the driver. So yeah, here we go, here we go. Come on, let's go, let's go. Okay, we're in. This is 750 Ti. So we're going for 1080p high. Yeah, let's try 30 frames, 1080p high. Wish me luck. So if we zoom in, 750 Ti right here. So let's go try it out. Wonder how the GTX 760 will perform versus the 750 Ti. Like 10 FPS more, probably. That's what I'm guessing. Ya está retarde. ¿Cuánto corre la 570 en Ultra 1080p? Entre 40 y 60, pero si lo pones en High corre a 60, así que 0 estrés. Come on, come on. We got this, we got this. Yeah, yeah, skip it, skip. Okay, we gotta go back from 4K all the way back to 1080p. Okay, wonderful. Okay, we got this. On 1080p now. And the graphics will be... Let's put it on high for now. Then we'll see. Excellent. You won't be trying it out, takes two. Oh, it takes two, yeah, maybe later. We'll see. A lot of new games coming this week, so I kind of forgot about that one because I don't have anybody else to play it with. Okay, 30 frames here, so I'm probably going straight to medium settings. Yeah, let's go straight to medium. High appears to be a little too much. We're only cranking up those textures. So medium instead of high. Okay, now we're talking. So 1080p medium is the preset. So for 60 frames, probably 720p medium. We'll see. Hey Santiago, what's your guess with a 1660 Super? Probably 10 to 15 frames above the 1650 Super. So it should be fine. You can even do 4K on that one.
We need to get to the top of the mountain.
So on
and
the
stop
750 Ti,
Hades.
we're getting over 30 frames per second on medium. Whoa, it froze. Yeah, sometimes it dies. Okay, the PC restarted. Usually the 750 Ti has problems nowadays, hardware-wise, so allow me a second. The card just decided to die. Going to power cycle the PC. 1 second. That's hilarious. I love when the 750 Ti fails in the live stream. It's dying. So I'm pushing it to its absolute limit, as you can see. I hope I don't have to buy another one to replace it. But that's hilarious. Yeah, there was no audio. I'm going to fix it up in a few. Thanks for the heads up. So yeah, it died in the middle of the stream. Hopefully it doesn't die again. Oh, that's funny. Rest in pepperonis, I guess. Come on, you can do this. You got this, you got this, you got this. Yeah, the firmware is completely unlocked. So no worries. I got you covered on that front. Yeah, the game is completely unlocked. So you can do over 60, no problem. I tried it super quickly on my 2060. I was getting like 120 frames on 1080p, so super easy. Don't worry. So yeah, wish me luck. And if it dies, again, I'm going to swap to the 1650 Super. You know how it goes. Anyways. Yeah, the card just decided to die at that point. But don't worry. Oh, the save data is corrupt. Oh no. I gotta start all over again. Are you serious? Dang it. I hate when games do that. So I lost all my progress. No. Why? I hate this. The card dies and decides to delete all my progress. Why? Yeah, it deleted all my progress except in the settings in the options menu. How convenient. No data. Oh my god. F. I'm going to put it on beginner mode. Nah, it will be too easy. It's already too easy. F's in the chat for my save file. Hopefully I can skip the cutscene, the first cutscene. Please. Holy hell. What a great way to start. Okay, I can skip. Oh, good. I was afraid for a second. Oh well, hilarious way to start, I guess. First my card dies, then the save file decides to die. So be sure to have backups for the save file. So back into the first level. You're gonna love that. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful mirror. Yeah, boss fights are coming later then. What do you desire? To have my save files back. I would love that. Yeah, let's go with wisdom. I mean, you have to go with something that you don't have. So you usually desire what it's missing. Yes, I desire wisdom, please. Yeah, the 750 Ti brings the lucky stuff. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, what else? What else do I have to choose? What power do you seek? The power of friendship. That's for sure. Attack. The power of the guardian. The kindness to friends. So this is the power to have friends. Yeah, I should give it some water. Probably thirsty. Skip this. And what else? What else do I have to choose? What kind of adventure do you seek? The normal one, please. Okay, usual adventure. Play without using the DLC. Easy adventure. Play using the easy codes in DLC. Yeah, we're not doing that. So we're going for the normal adventure. Thank you very much. Well, excuse me, princess. Yep, let's go. Please. Hurry it up already. Never seen a GPU delete save. You should auction that. Well, that was because the game was probably saving the progress. While it was doing that, it crashed. So yeah, it happens from time to time. Kinda rare. But it happened live, so I have an excuse, at the very least. Okay, first boss fight. Let me skip. This one shouldn't be demanding at all. I mean, it's a mirrored world. Nothing is happening. No? Nothing yet? Okay. Yeah, I don't want to learn how to fight. I've been doing that for an hour. Okay, got it. Okay, first boss fight. Let's just kill him very quickly. So we hit him in the head with a key. For some reason I can endlessly fight in the air, so I'm going to use that to my advantage. Yeah, just hit him in the head. Now we have some Nier Automata boss fight vibes with those spheres. Well, excuse me, princess. Yeah, I was missing that. That's basically my childhood. Yeah, just hit him in the head. You got this, you got this. Yeah, that's fine, Alex SDF. That's alright. That's the reason to be here. Okay, got him. That was so difficult. Oh my god. This is the Dark Souls of Kingdom Hearts. I'm good for now. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, some stutter here and there, but it was okay. Yeah, we skip. Yes, please. Come on, we got this. We got this. This time around, we're not going straight to the boss fight. We're pretty far away from it. Well, not that far away, but it'll take a while to get there. So I'll be doing a little bit of fighting in this area, and then we're doing 900p and 720p. I'm not going to bother much at all, really. So we're just fighting here. Probably low settings makes more sense. I'm already dropping below 30 pretty easily, as you can see right now. So maybe low makes more sense. We still have shadows, we still have ambient occlusion and reflections. So it should be fine. That medium appears to work. But again, when effects show up, it's going to suffer quite a bit, so yeah. One thing about Kingdom Hearts is many unskippable cutscenes. Well, on this one it was okay. I could skip most of them. Most of the long ones were skippable, so that's fine. I'm not going to watch them. Yeah, I know. Let's swap to low for now. Medium seems to be okay. But we're going to try low. Let's see if it's more stable. Yeah, just they are the same picture. They're the same picture. So yeah, low and medium still look okay. So if you don't want those drops below 30 that often, go for low settings. Oh, you're not getting 60s on this one, at least not on 1080p or 900p. You have a 3070 and Ryzen 5 3600 doesn't pull 144 FPS on Warzone. Is that normal? Well, make sure the RAM is on dual channel and on its maximum frequency. And Warzone is pretty variable, so I cannot really tell. I haven't tried 144 on Warzone. I don't have a good enough hardware for that. So I will try DLSS. DLSS should do the job just fine if you want high FPS. First time in your streams, keep up the good work. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream, sir. Okay, I can finally save it once more. I'm back. Finally back. So let's just save the progress. Yeah, I already did this before, but hey. Saving, don't turn off your PC at this time. And don't crash. Yeah, low settings seems to be where it's at. So for the 750 Ti, I'll recommend low settings. At least to be over 30 as much as possible. Let's use magic, just to make it harder for the GPU. But again, unfortunately, due to the corrupt save files, I have to get to the boss fight later. Oh yeah. Is running better than PS4? I do not know really, haven't tried it on PS4, but some people told me that on base PS4 it was pretty poor. Especially when effects show up. So yeah, good to know. Come on, we get them all. ¿Qué procesador estás usando para esta prueba? Está toda la descripción. Deathlops 1 runs the game at 720p. What? Are you kidding me? That's for sure. That's for real? 720p only? That's kinda strange. I was expecting a little bit more, at least 900p. That's kinda funny. 720p, what the hell? Alright, we skip this, thanks. You woke up from sleep. Good morning, Santiago from Malaysia. Oh, well. Hi, sir. We're here in Uruguay, 7:30 p.m. So that's pretty interesting. Let's do high on 900p. I have high hopes for that one. So yeah, good morning, sir. Good way to start your day, watching Kingdom Hearts 3 on budget hardware. Anyways, so 900p high, we're doing right now. So 1 second, 900p high. There we go. And we're running into another fight, because I know that this part runs quite a bit better. There's no fire. So this should be over 30. Alright, into the 40s now. But again, remember it's going to drop further, so kinda makes sense. The game still looks pretty good though. Even on low settings it looks good, so good luck finding a huge difference. Still, I wish they put an effects option. That would have been super helpful, since effects seem to be what kills the numbers. Almost got him. This got me curious if my 1070 is able to handle 1440p 100 FPS. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure if 100 FPS, but it should be over 60 super easily, that's for sure. Good morning, teacher. And as you can see, this part is into the 50s. That's not going to be for long. This area is not that demanding. We need to get to the hub area. The hub area in this level. So thank you for your patience. Console have dynamic resolution as well. Oh, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Ready?
I mean, it makes sense that they have dynamic resolution. Especially in a game that drops frames when effects show up. It's kinda absolutely necessary. Some of these cards cost over $400 now. Well, that was not what I was talking about. I was talking about the GPUs themselves are the cheap ones. Yeah, they are now super expensive, but they're still the budget GPUs. Let's go around this place. Oh yeah, another fiery spot. Let's go through it. Alright. Jab. No, that's not the way. Oh no. Not the burning part again. There we go. Keep going. The building. Okay, grass. So this is the part that's going to drop again.
We better find them fast.
Runs on 950? Yeah, of course. If it runs on the 750 Ti, it's going to run on the 950. That's for sure. Okay, almost there. Come on. Skippity skip. Yes, please. Alright, so now it makes a lot more sense. Let's use an effect close to the camera. Okay, yeah, it drops into the 40s still. Now we're close to 30 in this area. Not for long. I have a 750 Ti with 720p monitor. Hope I can reach 60, maybe on low settings. We're about to find out. Gotta get to the more sunny location. Okay, anybody else? Okay, got him. Almost back into the demanding area. Hang on, guys. Okay, almost there. The GT 1030 is coming after the 1650 Super, so patience. We are getting there eventually. I just need some time. Let's go. Let's be like Prince of Persia. We run to the side of the wall. Let's pretend that gravity is not a thing. This game runs surprisingly well on a 750 Ti considering what the base consoles were running. Yeah, maybe CPU limitations. Yeah, probably. That makes more sense. Yeah, with those old CPUs on the consoles, that was a big limitation, that's for sure. Still, on the PS4 Pro, it should be running worse if that was only CPU. Maybe it was both. Who knows? Alright. Some people are saying that the first Kingdom Hearts game runs at over 200 FPS on their PCs. Kinda makes sense. Way older game than this one. That's why I tested this one. It should be the most demanding out of the entire franchise, so yeah. Yeah, 900p high appears to be the way to go. For 30 frames per second, you get good visuals, decent resolution, and again, this part runs better than the other ones, so I'm trying to get to the demanding place. I'm just speed running through it, as usual. Are we there yet? They're just dancing next to the people. That's why we're killing them. Dancing is not allowed. Come on. i3-9100 can handle it? Yeah, should be fine. Should be okay. It's not using a lot of CPU so far. At least not in this location. But if you're aiming for 60, it should be completely doable. At least in my opinion. Goofy power! The specs are in the description, man. You can find them there. In the description. Even the streaming PC specs are in the description. PS4 Pro at 1080p can actually hold 50 to 60, while Xbox One X does the same at 1440p. Okay, thanks for the heads up. I appreciate it. So that's pretty interesting. 1080p 50 to 60 on PS4 Pro. And 1440p on One X. Cool, cool, cool. So it's probably not that CPU limitation then. Dawn on power. Hell yeah, dawn on power. The power of illegal fireworks. How could this drop the FPS in the fight versus 10k enemies? What do you mean? What do you mean 10k enemies? Okay, good. We're getting more enemies on screen. Just what I wanted. Still though, we're not in the part I was looking for. But we're getting there eventually. That's what I'm trying to say.
Try this! Back off!
¿A cuántos FPS le andaría GT San Andreas con la 3080? Y 100 FPS. No está muy bien optimizado. Para una PC moderna me refiero. Is it possible to get 60s on the 750 Ti? We're going to try that at 720p. Sí, vamos a probar llegar a 60 en 720p. So guys, don't worry, we're doing 720p 60 in a second. I want to get past this location. And we're good to go. Hey, Antares, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream.
Here we go.
What currency do you use in Uruguay? The Uruguayan peso. That's what we use. Versus 10k enemies, save data corrupt again in 1080p. What?
Yeah, you got him.
Not sure what do you mean by that. There is a level with 10k enemies. I don't know. I'm generally not sure what you're talking about. Is there a level with 10,000 enemies? Yeah, very repetitive. Remember that I'm replaying the same part over and over. Yeah, this is basically what you're doing in the game. But if you care about the story, it's going to be a lot better for you, that's for sure. The cutscenes are super long, and there's a lot of them.
Pardon, Sora. I'm starting to lose my grip.
So yeah, for 30 frames per second, I would say 900p high appears to be the way to go. Yeah, I mean, the recommended requirements, we don't know if it's for 1080p, 1440p, 4K. So 1070 kind of makes sense. You can max it out just fine. But you don't need a 1070 to do 60 frames, that's for sure. Really? Come on. Let me destroy you, please.
The ceiling's gonna fall. It's now or never.
Okay. Hold it there. Okay, we got him. So we should be in the area I was looking for. Good, good, good. What's your internet speed? 500 megabits per second download and 50 megabits per second upload. Basically. Okay. We're in the part that I wanted to be at, so perfect. I don't know if I can save. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Let's run around. Okay, gotta destroy this. I now remember this section. We're very close to the boss fight. Yep, there it is. One of the boss fights. Let's see if we can hold 30 here, even when effects show up. Let's use the pirate ship right away. This should kill the performance. Okay, it appears to be okay. Nice to see. Yeah, it appears to be fine. Let's see once he throws rocks at us. That's when it really matters. There you go. Okay, it's fine. So, in my opinion, at least for what I tested so far, 900p high settings should be the best balanced visuals performance. On 1080p you need to go for low settings.
Here we go. Back off.
So yeah. Have you watched? No, I haven't, Josh, Sonny. I don't know what that is. Sí, se ve bastante fluido a pesar de ser 30. Yeah, despite being 30 frames, still looks pretty smooth. I agree. 500, I'm happy with my 8 megabits. Well, I'm streaming at 4K, so kinda makes sense that I need a faster internet connection. Have you tried buying a 30 series GPU? No. In my country they are more expensive than in most places. So no need for me to get one. I wouldn't be able to do content for you guys. Most people cannot get them. Okay, let's see it now. Okay, I can save here. Perfect. What the heck? Okay. Okay, good. Good to go. How's the performance on Pirates of the Caribbean World? I'm not getting there today. I'm testing that later. So don't worry, we're getting there in a separate video. It's too far away from me to play until that part. We're already 1 hour and 40 minutes in.
To get to the top of the mountain and stop
Well, as you can see in this part, that was the one that dropped performance. We're getting 30 frames, over 30. So let's go for 720p now. Can you run this game on an RX 550? Yeah, it should be fine. Just lower the resolution so you can get playable frame rates. Probably 720p or 900p is the way to go on that one. Anyways, so 720p, let's put it on low. Let's see if we can get 60 frames. Maybe we're lucky, who knows. So 720p low, and then we do high. So 720p low. Okay, 60 frames, good.
That's
good.
odd. The river's never this full.
We can go below low settings, but we lose the ambient occlusion and the capsule shadows and the reflections. But hey, still looks good enough. On low, as you at least keep some of those effects. The game still looks pretty good, in my opinion. Went to a micro center for a 3070, walked out with a 2060 for 430. Whoa, that's expensive. But I mean, if there's nothing else to buy, why not? Better than nothing, I guess.
Get by me, Sora.
Yeah, FPS drops on very large areas, yeah, we know. But I cannot do that super quickly because I lost my save file. So we're stuck with these first areas. And as far as I can remember, you told me this before this game was released on PC, and I told you that it was going to take me some time to get there. So on a separate live stream, on a separate video, I'm doing that test, but that's not happening today. Hopefully someone has a save file, so I can skip all that and go directly to the Pirates of the Caribbean map. But at the moment, it's not in the realm of the possibilities. Sí, en una GT de 30 va a correr, pero paciencia. So yeah, it appears to be fine at 720p low. It's going to drop below 60 with a lot of effects going on, as you will see. But yeah, it appears to be fine in most cases. Alright, good. Let's keep the cutscenes and let's work our way up. If I can get a 3060 Ti for 500, then I'm going to return my 2060. Yeah, good call. Yeah, it's much faster. Well, it has a lot more memory as well. Let's go directly to the fight with the sand monster. Yeah, the 750 Ti still holds up. Well, this game is 2 years old, I think, so it kind of makes sense. But I mean, yeah, it appears to be fine at 720 on low settings. You get some drops below 60, yeah, but it seems to be good enough. As long as you don't mind those drops, you should be good to go. Oh, I had to get out of combat. That kinda sucks. Maybe here I can change the preset, maybe? Yeah, I can. Awesome. I found a way around it. Let's go for high settings now. Max settings don't make a lot of sense to me, at least in this game. But we have so much GPU power to spare that we might as well. Yeah, the visual difference is not that great and the performance difference is huge.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, do not use max settings. Do yourselves a favor and use high. 10 FPS over max settings and you get almost the same visuals. So 720p high. If you want 30 frames on 720p instead of low settings, well, this is an option.
Yeah.
You should do a speedrun any percentage and benchmark test in the same time. Kinda difficult. Too many things to keep in mind. It will be hilarious though, if it really worked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not good enough for speedruns. I just run around avoiding enemies. As far as I know, that's not a speedrun. Okay, anything else? Okay, the water monsters, perfect. Yeah, over 30 to be expected. Let's put the pirate ship to drop some frames. Yeah, even when using the pirate ship, I have over 30, so we're good to go. The 750 Ti can do it just fine, especially if you don't mind doing 720p. So yeah, good stuff. I think it's time to swap to the 1650 Super. I've seen enough of the 750 Ti, I think. Yeah, I've seen enough of the 750 Ti. So let's swap GPUs now.
Here we go.
Anyways, my advice again, 720p low for 60 frames, 50 to 60, some drops into the 40s with a lot of effects. And then 900p high should be over 30 and 1080p low should be over 30, basically. So gotta get out of the game. Please do not crash. There we go. Wonderful. And we shut it down. So yeah, great job by the 750 Ti. Pretty surprised with the numbers. I was expecting a lot worse. Drunk benchmarking, I wouldn't be able to see any numbers, so would be kind of counterproductive, if you ask me. Anyways, ¿quién ganaría una pelea? No conozco, solo conozco a Mufasa, así que no sé. Final Fantasy 15 is okay if you get a complete version on PC with all the DLC. I think that's included. I think that's on the Microsoft Store, as far as I remember. I know that there are two versions, one on the Microsoft Store and the other one on Steam of Final Fantasy 15. So yeah, time to do the 1650 Super now. Here we go. Okay, it's in. That's what he said. Oh, she could have said it as well. I mean, never out of the realm of possibility. Yeah, the game so far is going great on PC. I'll see for how long that lasts. On the Pirates of the Caribbean map, it's going to be super interesting, but it's going to take a while, so maybe tomorrow. Today I'm doing this live stream, tomorrow I'm doing Kingdom Hearts on all the cards separately, and on Friday I'm doing Crash Bandicoot 4, and maybe Outriders, we'll see. So yeah, patience, I'm only one person, so it takes time, but it's worth my time, in my opinion. So yeah. Alright, loading the drivers, 1 second guys, we're almost there. Okay, back into the PC now with the 1650 Super. As you can see right here, there it goes. Time to jump into the game. We got this. I have no audio, I think. Yeah, no audio. Hang on, guys. Going to restart the audio. Love when that happens. No probé los anteriores porque deberían correr lo más bien. Okay, now we have audio. Awesome. And this is the 1650 Super. Good. So I haven't played the previous ones because this should be the most demanding one. So if this one works, the other ones should work just fine. So yeah. Oh, I hate when this happens. There we go. So 1080p. We're starting with 1080p max. Again, max settings, I don't think they make a lot of sense in this game. So yeah. Anyways. Still, we're doing highest, and then high. Hang on, my controller is not being recognized. You can do this, controller. I trust you. Almost there. Okay, yeah, it's connected. What the heck? Alright. I think it's working now. There we go. Drive errors. Which drive errors? Anyways. Yeah, let's go from this one. So as I was saying, we start with the highest settings on 1080p. But again, max settings in this game doesn't seem to have a lot of sense. Visually, it's not that much better, but we get a 10 FPS boost. So if you need the extra FPS, just go for high. Thanks, Shaitan. I appreciate it, man.
And stop Hades.
Alright, so we're getting a lot of FPS. As you can see, 80 frames. We'll see once effects show up, as you know. It's usually how it goes. Effects show up and it wrecks the performance. But at the moment, it's stuttering a little bit. First time I load this game on this card, so kind of makes sense. So yeah, this is running great so far. Let's see the pirate ship. Let's see how many FPS we lose. Okay, not that many. I was expecting a lot worse. So if you don't mind, some drops below 60, you can do max settings just fine. But I mean, it's doing just fine. No worries whatsoever. Everything is going perfectly. So if you have a 1060, expect similar numbers to this.
Yes, now we know
The
why
VRAM
the
is
river's flooded.
of the cards is influencing something, as the recommended is the 1078 gigabytes. I mean, I'm on the highest settings and I'm using over 2 gigabytes, but not by a lot, so I don't think the VRAM has to do with the requirements. They're recommended at 1070 because, I don't know, it's going to be like 100 FPS on 1080p, so I guess that's the reason. But the minimum recommended settings are rarely accurate. It's usually more than necessary, so people do not complain if the game runs bad. So yeah, they're covering their asses when they're doing system requirements, to put it bluntly. Alright. ¿Sabes por qué Red Dead 2 son las 570 no me entra en Vulkan pero sin DirectX 12? Ni idea. Pero tuvo muchos parches, así que... No sé. Fíjate, en tu propia PC debe haber un problema. A veces pasa. Borrar los drivers y volverlos a instalar. Pero sí, hubo gente que tuvo muchos problemas con eso. Are you going to buy the PS5 or the Xbox Series X? None of them. I'm waiting for PC parts to be cheaper. I have almost no time to play, so I'm just with the PC and the Nintendo Switch, and that's basically it. Not buying any next-gen consoles at the moment. But that's fine. You don't need them, as of right now. Yeah, it only takes 2 gigabytes, so don't worry, guys. You don't need a lot of GPU to play this. As you can probably see, it's over 80 frames easily. Yeah, those stutters, not sure what's up with those. Maybe the high frame rate has to do with it. But I do not know. Still, the numbers are good. Some stuff might not have changed. What do you mean? I checked the settings and everything changed. But I'll do it for you. Anyway, so looking at this part, we're getting 86, 85. And in the options menu, we're on max settings. So if I go to high, we should get more than 85. Let's see. On high, we get, instead of 85, 95. So 10 FPS more, makes sense. So yeah, we're on the highest settings. So yeah, just keep it on the highest. I mean, the game runs fine, over 60 all the time, at least right now. So if it drops below 60 on the boss fight, well, in that case, I'm going to lower the settings. But despite max settings not looking a lot better than high, I'm running quite a bit worse. In this case, it doesn't really matter, we're still over 60, so it all depends on you. Yeah, you don't need a console when you own a lot of graphics cards. Well, in this case, since I use it to work basically, I don't need a console at the moment. Most of the games are on PC already, so no worries. I always have something to play for the channel. Yeah, not sure why some effects sometimes makes the game stutter. But overall I'm getting over 60 all the time. They're good. Good stuff. Remember you having a PS5 controller? Yeah, but only the controller. I'm now using a PS4 controller since I noticed that the PS5 controllers of some people are drifting. And I wanted to have a controller that if it's going to drift, it better be cheap. So I sold it and got a PS4 controller. It's a lot cheaper, at least in my country. So if it drifts, at least it's cheaper to change it. That's basically my way of seeing it. So yeah, cheaper controller. I love the PS5 controller, but it's not cheap in comparison to this one. Check that V-Sync is on, it keeps stable 60. Really? Is that the case, huh? Let's find out. Display sync, V-Sync.
Looks like we can climb that rock face now that the waterfall's
Yeah,
gone.
it's a flat 60, but the frame times are not completely perfect like on Radeon statistics server. So yeah, it works. Good to see that V-Sync on this game is working properly. But yeah, I'm just seeing the performance, so V-Sync is usually a no-go, for me at least, in the gameplays. Everything is in the description about the PCs I use. It's a 3600 with a 2060. Nothing fancy, but it works. And it can do the video rendering I need. Saludos de Touch TF. ¿Todo bien? I'll be honest, I haven't had issues with DualSense drifting, neither have I had with my Joy-Cons. Well, good to know, but if there's a chance of drift, I'd rather have it on a cheap controller. Just my way of thinking. Alright, about to get to the boss fight. But before that, let's swap to 1440p. 1080p is fine. 1080p is 60 frames, even at the highest settings. So 1440p now, and we're starting on high. Max doesn't make a lot of sense to me, really. So the high preset at 1440p now. So 1440p high will be my choice. Since again, max settings looks almost the same, runs 10 FPS worse, so yeah, doesn't make a lot of sense to me to put it on the highest. But this is the moment of truth, boss fight, repeated. Sí, lo pensé, Camul, pero falló, así que no lo hice más porque prefiero usar mi tiempo en esto. Así puedo sacar más videos. Alright guys, so in that cutscene we dropped into the 40s. Let's see if it holds up. Once I get into the actual boss fight. Probably going to drop, but hey, we also have medium settings to choose from if we need to. So let's run around. 10400F for 3600, the cheapest one. The one that is cheapest to you, go for that one. They're usually pretty close. That's fair, the DualShock 4 and Xbox One controllers are also decent choices for PC controllers. Agreed completely. They work just fine. I mean, it's hard to have a bad controller from those companies so far, at least in my experience. It's all a matter of preference nowadays, I think. We'll try 8K, probably not, because the game, when it crashes, the save file gets destroyed, so I'd rather not do that at the moment. Okay, doing good. Moment of truth. Once I destroy the leg, it's a moment of truth. Come on. Buenas, Lucas. Oh, saludos a vos también. Saludos gigante. A tú también. With a GT 1030, you think it will run? Yeah, sure. No problems whatsoever. Should be fine. Sí, en una GT 1030 debería correr. Sin problema. So guys, as you could see there, with a lot of effects on screen, it dropped into the 30s, but then it quickly fixed itself. But it's still dropping, so I'll just go for medium to low settings. If you want 60s at 1440p. Other than that, it doesn't really seem possible to maintain 60s when effects show up. If effects don't show up, you're okay, but that happens pretty often in this game. Let's see if I can do the train sequence to show you that. Maybe that works. Well, thanks, ZOTAC33. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Come on, Goofy, destroy them. Kill them all. With the power of friendship. You got this. Okay. I can now go for the head. So now I should be dropping a lot of frames in this part. So we just slap him a little bit across the face. Just wake up! Now the impact, good. And the roller coaster. Here we go. As you can see here, when effects show up, into the 40s instead of the 50s. So my advice again, just put it on medium to low settings if you want more FPS in these situations. But outside of these effect heavy scenes, you should be okay. You should be into the 60s. So yeah, this is basically high, so if you go for medium to low, should be way closer to 60. But unfortunately I cannot change the settings here, so I gotta close the game and we're going to try 4K and finish the live stream. The GT 1030 will have to wait till the next live stream, so apologies, but this is taking longer than I initially anticipated, so we'll just do in 4K low we're going to start with. Then if it goes fine, we're doing medium. But yeah, I cannot change the settings while in combat, so yeah, this is already 2 hours long. No time for the GT 1030 this time around, but we're doing it tomorrow with the rest of the videos. So yeah, good numbers, but still not good enough for 60. Unless you do that that performance tweak to medium settings. So either do medium or low at 1440p. You should be over 50 more often. But if you want 60s all the time, just do 1080p Ultra and you're good to go. Alright, 4K now, moment of truth. We start with low, and then we'll see what we do. Let's try low first. So 4K low. Wish me luck. Yeah, the 750 Ti works great. How you doing, man? Good seeing you here. Yeah, I'm going to use you and Simio later on, don't worry. Okay, 30 frames on this part. Probably going to drop further. What the heck? I can't go this way? Oh, never mind. My bad. I got the wrong save file. Ugh, well, whatever. I think there's a boss fight here. So good. Good place to test. Against the rock giant. Oh, never mind. Rock giant is coming later. So yeah, at the moment over 30 at 4K low. Remember, 4K low still has shadows, still has ambient occlusion, still has screen space reflections. But there's still some sort of graphical intensive thing going on. Try GT 1030, yeah, tomorrow. Today it's already too long, the live stream. And I have other things to attend to, so apologies, but that's the way it is. Oh, I'm burnt. Ugh, burning. Anybody else? Okay, I'm gonna handle this. Let me end this man's whole career. Yeah, basically. That's how it goes. It handles it way too well. It's just too much for it. Why does the UI look like something from the PS3 or PS2, to be honest? Still looks good. I don't know. Probably because it's a Japanese game. And they've been making Kingdom Hearts for a while. So to me at least it kinda makes sense. I'm going back to the menu, hang on. I want to go to my other save file. So I'm going to quit and get back in. Apologies about that. Wrong save file. So I have to restart the entire game. What languages are there to choose from? I'm going to show you that in a moment. Allow me a second. I'm about to get there. Este juego tiene cinemáticas pregrabadas o es en tiempo real. Varía entre pregrabadas y tiempo real. Tiene ambas cosas. I'm going to see the languages. Allow me 1 second. I think there's Japanese voices. We're about to find out. Yeah, yes, keep it skip. Yeah, 4K looks super sharp. To be expected. Text you got in all these languages. Voices in English and Japanese. So, there you go. For the people wondering, yeah, you got many languages. But for text, for voices, there is only Japanese and English, which kind of makes sense for a game like this. Imagine if they recorded everything in 7 languages. That would be insane. It could happen, but it would be really insane. Alright. Really? Again? Okay, never mind. I got the correct save file this time around. Well, thanks, man. I try to read as much as possible. But it's not always possible to read everything.
That's odd. The river's never this full.
Alright. So yeah, 4K 30 appears to be doable. We'll see once we get effects on screen, like here. Yeah, it drops below 30. Let's see for how long that happens. So yeah, maybe lower settings will make more sense. But as of right now, it only dropped once, so we're going to keep going. No problem, man. Enjoy.
Guess now we know why the river's flooded.
Oh yeah, it appears to be okay at 4K low. And if you want to avoid those drops below 30 that happen when effects show up, then put it on the lowest, which will be no ambient occlusion, no reflections, and no and the rest on the lowest, basically. Because some of the options can go below low settings, such as, again, ambient occlusion, capsule shadows, reflections. So yeah, something to definitely keep in mind. Let's do this, Goofy! Let's kill them all! The game already got cracked. That's hilarious. I love when that happens so quickly. Hopefully they drop DRM altogether. I mean, just like Crash Bandicoot, it got cracked in like a day or two, which I thought it was hilarious, because people that bought Crash Bandicoot had to play it online all the time. So yeah, screw you if you purchase the game, basically. The publisher is telling you, hey, if you pay for the game, you're going to get the worst version, because you have to be online all the time. But I guess they're going to crash. They're going to patch Crash Bandicoot to not require an online component, hopefully. But yeah, as of right now, Crash Bandicoot Cracked is the best version of the game, due to not requiring an internet connection. Alright. Almost gotcha. Yeah, 2 more and we're done. Okay. For some reason they just died. I didn't do anything. Alright. So I'm going to fight the sand monster and then finish the live stream. I think I got enough for today. So we skip. As usual, we just run and run and run away from the enemies. Let's get the heck out. Is it this way? It appears to be. Bye bye.
Too slow.
Nope, not this way. My bad. Watch Dogs Legion have 10 FPS more on cracked version? Really? That's insane. I don't know that. I played on day 1 and... Oh, wait a minute. Watch Dogs Legion got cracked? How long did that take? I remember that it was hard to crack. But I didn't know it was already cracked. I thought it was going to take longer actually. ¿Cómo crees que iría una R9 380 para 1440p? Y yo diría que en medio debería llegar bien. Medio o bajo. Bajo se ve casi igual que medio, así que... Sí, medio en 1440 debería ser 30 FPS. Arriba de 30, mejor dicho. I have both Red Dead 2 paid and GTA 5 paid, and cracked and cracked version works better. Well, that's a shame. Oh, there you are. Dead. Alright, almost there. We skip this cutscene.
Looks like we can
Oh yeah,
climb that
4K
rock
looks
face
amazing,
now that the
super sharp.
waterfall's gone.
Yeah, I mean, Watch Dogs Legion got cracked? I didn't know that. That's news to me.
You called for a hero?
Let's go to the sand monster. It's this way. Nope, not that way. Maybe the other way around. It took a while. Okay, so it did happen. Interesting. Interesting. I didn't know that. No, this is not the sand monster location. Where to? Okay, I think I'm almost there. Yeah. Probably this way. Yeah. Definitely. No, it's not. No. Oh, dang it. I triggered the cutscene. Let's see if I can go the other way around to the sand monster instead. Bueno, muchas gracias, Nano Montoya. Te agradezco un montón. Abrazo. Okay, here it is. Here the sand monster should show up. Let's find out. Yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah, it's dropping frames, so 4K probably disable those options of the ambient occlusion to avoid drops below 30 when effects show up, such as this one. There's going to be a lot of sand in a second. Let's see if they do it. But I mean, it's playable if you don't mind those drops like this when effects show up. As long as you're fine with drops in this style of encounter, this should be okay. But if you want to avoid this, just drop the ambient occlusion and the reflections. And you should be good to go in most instances. So yeah, I think that's about it for now. That's what I wanted to show you. Thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow there will be more content on this game. Hopefully I already get to the Pirates of the Caribbean part. That should be more demanding than this. So yeah, expect videos tomorrow, including the GT1030, which I'll be testing on this game. Yeah, see you guys next time. Bye bye. Thank you. See you later, guys. Love you all. And I'm going to kill this monster eventually without drops in performance. The other PlayStation exclusive I know that is coming to PC stays gone at the moment. Hopefully more come.